Downtown Portland food truck is closing their 2nd Avenue location Friday over safety concerns. The owners of Veggie Bowl say vandalism and upswing of Asian hate and changes to the environment have made it dangerous for them to operate downtown. Our NADRICH looked into what's going on, and she spoke to other food cart owners there who say they don't feel safe. So Lindsay, what did they tell you?
Yeah, well, I spoke to several food cart owners here along 2nd Avenue. They said things are fine during the day, but they no longer feel safe at night and are frustrated over the state of downtown. Many tell me they've been vandalized and broken into several times. Just last night, someone broke into the Tokyo Sando food truck. The owner says someone stole his tablet, used to take credit cards, and left behind a backpack filled with tools, as well as 2 boxes of leftover pizza. Today was supposed to be his only day off of the week, but instead he had to go buy stronger locks and clean up the food truck so they can open tomorrow. His truck is right next to Veggie Bowl, which will close their downtown location for good on Friday because of safety concerns. Veggie Bowl also has a food truck in Oregon City that will stay open. Several food truck owners here along 2nd Avenue told me they understand their decision to leave.
It's just sad now, the Portland. I love Portland downtown, but now it's just crazy things going on.
Way different, way more. I mean, we don't feel safe anymore at night. We don't open night anymore.
The owner of A Taste of Greek says they've been in business for 17 years and told me they used to feel a lot safer downtown, but they've been broken into 3 times just this year and don't open as late because of issues happening at night. They're hopeful things will get better as businesses bring employees back to their downtown offices. That's one thing the Rose City Downtown Collective is pushing for as well. I'll have more from them coming up at 5 o'clock. Reporting live, I'm Lindsay NADRICH, KOIN 6 News.
You certainly feel for them and their frustration. Lindsay, thank you.
Francisco, and the city has been open for weeks, and it may look like things are getting back to normal, but tonight many businesses are still in the red. KPIX5's Betty Yu is live in North Beach, where restaurants are facing that uphill climb. Betty.
That's right, Juliet. SF may be fully reopened, but many restaurants are still operating at a loss. And we're talking about 6-figure debts, and that's not uncommon.
This is our brown pizza. This is pepperoni. This is cheese.
Chef and owner Dennis Lee never planned on serving specialty sourdough pizzas in the former space of Namu's Stone Pot on Divisadero. He closed his Korean restaurant last month in favor of something more approachable and affordable for guests. The location came back to life at Sunset Square Slice Shop last Friday.
And even though we started to open up, it's still a lot of, we feel a lot of stress coming from not only consumers, but also like the people who we hire and the people who have worked for us thus far. So trying to simplify it a little bit.
Lee started experimenting with the square-shaped sourdough pizzas during the pandemic. It became a social media hit, but he says opening weekend over the 4th was slow. And like many restaurants, debts loom overhead.
We're looking at a lot of debt. I mean, it's an astronomical amount of debt. It's kind of a lot of uncertainty, and even the anxiety around COVID and variants and stuff like that is just adding to that kind of like general stress for the public.
The nonprofit SF New Deal found in a survey that 60% of restaurants are currently in debt, compared to more than 30% pre-pandemic. And on average, the debt has nearly doubled to about $115,000. Lee says his landlords at various operations are working with him, and in most cases, he owes back rent.
Restaurant people are very resilient people. They're very optimistic, entrepreneurial. So I think people are just doing their best to stick it out.
So Betty, is the city doing anything to help these businesses out?
Well, at least 2 SF supervisors are pushing the city to give rent relief to these small businesses, and they fear that if they don't get it soon, we could start to see a wave of permanent closures here in this city.
Wow,
Jules?
I keep thinking of that pizza, though. It sure looked good. All right, Betty, thank you.
Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom to the sincere brethren out there pushing this word, and to you sincere listeners. So we the brothers in the SF camp. I'm Cornell Wath, and with me,
I'm the brother Shamar.
I'm brother Khanak.
Yeah, man, as you see from these videos, you know, America continues to crumble right before our eyes, man. So, you know, out here in, you know, San Francisco in particular, you got these businesses that are drowning in astronomical, well, that's what the guy said, astronomical amounts of debt. You know, 110, well, over 100,000, man, over 100,000 K. And the way, you know, these businesses are, you know, operating today, okay, things have not really bounced back since this whole lockdown, man. So there's no way that they could bounce back from that. You have certain restaurants that's going to, you know, continue to be open and prosper, but the majority of these restaurants are going to close, man. And even before this happened, which they said 60% of the, you know, restaurants are, all stores that are open are in debt, astronomical amounts of debt. 60% of them are in debt. I believe it was 80% of restaurants in San Francisco had already closed during this lockdown, man. So San Francisco's through. And then what do you see happening outside of that? You see the crime going up. Looting is at an all-time high. Violent crime is going up. You know, so hey, man, the Most High is literally destroying this place. Okay, and then the other clip that you seen what's going on in another city on the West Coast in Portland, which Portland is done. Okay, they got a series, you can watch it on YouTube. It's called Is Portland Over? Yeah. And the answer to that is yes. Yeah. Portland is over, man. America's over. Yeah. The Most High is done with this place. Okay, he's bringing all these plagues upon this place because the Most High is getting ready to wipe this place from off the face of the earth, man. Okay, there's no coming back for America, man. You ain't gonna ever see those days that were before the lockdown. Okay?
Right.
Those days ain't coming back, man.
Remember we was at that store and the chick was talking about 2018?
Yep.
You know? Because I was like, you know, 2020 was, you know, one of my best years, you know? And I was like, yeah, we're going to party like it's 1999. She's like, no, like it's 2018. Because these people, since the lockdown, these people have been catching nothing but pure hell, man. And they have stress and anxiety, like your man said in the video, not only because of the lockdown is hurting your pockets, but also these different variants that are coming out. These people are getting scared. The anxiety is increasing, man. You know, that uncertainty.
Yeah, and the funny thing about what that lady said, 2019 was cool. So what happened to that year? She just skipped. She skipped. So 2019 was bad because really that's when the whole Rona thing started to be hyped up on the news. The later part of 2019. So she wanted to forget about that. Yep. She wanted to go back to the days where it was cool. And really, 2018 was pure hell for you people, man. 2018, we were already in that retail apocalypse. The economy was already collapsing, man. Really, the time that you Edomites should be trying to get back to was the 50s. That's when you was living good, man. The leave it to Beaver days, when you had your white picket fence, houses was cheap. You know, you can hold one job and you can support your whole family, man. Right. You can't do that now. Yeah. All right.
I got a preset. Yeah, this is Baruch 4. I'll start at 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee.
Yeah, and that's why we have a good heart, man, because we see what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is doing. All right, which is comforting to the servants of the Heavenly Father to see that the Most High is bringing this place down. So he's comforting us through, you know, first and foremost, the words, the prophecies, but we also receive comfort from actually seeing the prophecies come to pass, man, because we know and understand why these things are happening. These things are happening because the Most High is getting ready to deliver the nation of Israel. Keep going.
Miserable are they that afflicted thee.
Yeah, who are the they that afflicted thee? These other nations, mainly Esau, Edom. And what's happening to his society is breaking down, man. These businesses are in astronomical amounts of debt. These people are in astronomical amounts of debt. Because what this, this news clip just touched on was just the business sector. Yeah. A lot of people's houses have been foreclosed on, man. A lot of people can't pay their rent. You know, a lot of people are getting kicked out. Okay? So it's hell all across the board. You know, a lot of people are becoming victims of violent crime, you know, which they're not going into that either. But all these things are happening, and it's all at the same time, man. And why are these things happening? Because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is bringing that judgment.
It says, and rejoice at thy fall.
Yeah, and that's another reason why the hell is coming upon you. because you rejoiced at the fall of the nation of Israel. Okay? And they got that saying, what goes around comes around. Now we laughing at your downfall, man. Okay? When I first seen this video, this news clip, I was laughing, man. You know, this dude had 100,000 plus debt. And not just him, there's other individuals that are in the same boat that he is, man. And their whole life is filled with uncertainty of how I'm going to pay this off. And then you got these businesses going and you're not seeing the same amount of traffic that you used to pre-pandemic, man.
That traffic never going to be the same again.
That's right.
Like people now, people don't have that disposable income like they did at one point. Because when the pandemic hit, like that wiped out a lot of jobs that still hasn't came back. Even though they're saying that jobs are out there, they're jobs that's not paying to that cover anything basically.
Well, prices are going up. You have inflation going on right now. So that same amount of money that you used to be able to pay for goods, it doesn't have the same buying power. And especially in the restaurant business, is a very hard business. The margins, you gotta be on point. If you down 10%, you might not make a profit. You know. Yeah, I'll continue here. It's verse 32. It says, "Miserable are the cities which thy children serve."
Yeah, miserable are thy cities which. Or so I can read again.
Yeah, miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. And who built America up, man? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the nation of Israel. We all served captivity in these cities, man. Okay, who's the individuals that made these cities great, that put these cities on the map, man? Our people did. And now look at the state that they're in now, man, because of the wickedness that this place has perpetrated against our people. Okay, the Most High is bringing plagues on this place. Because you can't just commit wickedness and then think that you're going to get off scot-free, man. All right, before you came and established San Francisco, the Bay Area, the West Coast, America as a whole, you had Gad, Reuben, Issachar. They were living up here, man. And when Esau first came over here, he put those 3 tribes in slavery, man. Had them working and you know, building up towns, building up villages for them, you know, building those missions that are spread throughout, you know, the part where Spain had control of America. He put Gad and Reuben in slavery, man, and Issachar. Had them build those places up, and those places today are major cities. San Francisco, San Jose, you know, LA, okay, other different cities, San Diego, you know.
All up the coast.
You know? There's also missions, I believe, in Florida and down in the Southwest too, man. Okay, which are major cities today. And the reason why they're in the state that they're in now is because what you did to the nation of Israel, man. Keep going.
And they were flourishing before that. That's why your man, I believe, was Vietnamese, or he was Korean, one of them damn Moabites or Ammonites. He was doing good.
Yeah.
They was doing, he had multiple businesses. You know, now the profit margins are dropping down, you know, that uncertainty is creeping in. What we've been experiencing, you know, now these other nations are starting to experience that now, which we're going into miserable. Okay, it says, "Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons."
Yeah, miserable is she that received thy sons. And that's talking about Babylon the Great. So America as a done is completely finished, man. Or America as a whole is completely finished. This place ain't bouncing back, man. Even though you got certain places that might seem like it's business as usual, certain states didn't lock down fully. But those places are hurting too, man, because the whole economy of this place is done. Okay? When we were, you know, pre-pandemic, that retail apocalypse was still going on throughout the whole country, man. It wasn't just certain places that was getting hit. How many of these major corporations have went belly up before this whole pandemic happened, man?
The pandemic just sped everything up.
Forever 21, they declared bankruptcy and went out of business. You know, Gymboree, they declared bankruptcy and went out of business. Toys R Us, you know, a whole bunch of Chuck E. Cheese is gone. Okay, Sears is through.
Those are American staples,
bro. Sears, that Sears, that company has been in business since the 1800s, man. That was a well-established American department store, man. And I remember going there as a kid. You know, my mom used to go there. Everything was at Sears, bro. You get clothes, they got, you know, toys, food. You get your fucking car service while you shopping at Sears, man. And now it's done. Okay. Which that shows you that this ain't, you know, it ain't a fluke thing. Even businesses that have been well established are going under, man. And that's all the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's right. And like even since, like you were saying, before the pandemic hit, things been getting bad. People have been having that little mass exodus out of leaving California way before the pandemic hit, thinking that you're going to move to another state just to get a better so-called comfortable living, and you ain't. That's not happening for people. You leaving thinking that you're finna be in a better situation, and then the whole time you're just going to an even worse situation.
Well, a lot of these people that left California and moved to Texas, thinking that they was going to get a better deal, this whole pandemic messed that up for them, man, because more people left and went to these other cities, went to Austin, these other cities in Texas and throughout the country. And now these places are seeing rent increases. The same thing that happened here in the Bay Area years ago is happening in these cities.
As well as crime
that you fled to for cheaper rent and cheaper cost of living. Now the same thing's happening there, man. So there's nowhere you can run. You ain't going to escape the plagues of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yep. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
That's right. And that desolation is going to be ultimately those thermonuclear missiles. But these people are going to be, well, they are mourning. That dude was mourning, man.
Mourning.
Well, when you watch the clip, notice what he said, man. He had other businesses. He didn't want to be a pizza restaurant at first. That's what he had to fall back on that because his other restaurants weren't doing good, man. It was too much. So he had to go into something else to keep that money going because the nigga's in debt, man.
Big debt. And he live in a lavish lifestyle too. When you make that type of money, because even the so-called upper, I wouldn't say full up, like middle class, they're paycheck to paycheck. They just have a higher standard of living. Basically, they can drive the Tesla, they have a big house, but they still need that money coming in. If money stops coming in, their whole lifestyle is completely finished, man. They might have extra reserves more than an average person, but those reserves are running out. I'm just gonna finish this up. It says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude.
And that's happening now. Well, that dude, at one point, he was rejoicing, man. He was doing good. He wasn't in debt. His businesses, his restaurants, they were working at a profit. So he was doing good. He had the money coming in. He had enough money to pay the bills and to live good. Now he in debt. He in the red, man. So all the money that he gets coming in is going to nothing but bills. Okay? He has no money to spend on himself and splurge like he used to, man. Because if you got a successful restaurant, you have multiple successful restaurants, you're doing good.
Yeah.
You got money in your pocket to do things, man. But if you in the red, that anxiety is there and all your money is going to the bills, man.
Especially if you in San Francisco, man.
Yeah.
You got a successful restaurant in San Francisco in prime real estate. You doing good, man. You doing really good. And because people out, that's part of the culture of San Francisco is to go out to these restaurants and, drink and eat and be merry. That's what it's all about. People don't even have cars. They just walk everywhere. Catch the bus. Now you got the Uber and Lyft. People meet up. All these tech companies and these corporations. All the people that go, let's go have dinner.
Yeah.
And that dinner check be $300-$400.
The price way more higher since you're out there in the city.
Yep.
So the Lord, He's taken the rejoicing of the great multitude. It says, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. That's it on that one.
I got a quick precept. This is Isaiah 24:4.
Yep.
It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. Well, Slakia. 24:7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
Right, the same thing that's going into the 4th chapter. All those who are merry-hearted, that were doing good in the society, that were making money, now that's being taken away from them. Now they're sighing, now they're crying, now they're mourning. Why? Because their life, their lavish life is basically, they're about to go into poverty. They getting, and then that's just the restaurant. What about their mortgage?
God.
What about their cars? What about, oh, damn, I can't send my kid to school. They bank on that. These people, they actually bank on that. I need at least $100,000 to send my son to school because he's going to have a great education. He's going to be, he's going to do good in life. So they'll make that money and they're confident in that. But now that's being stripped away from them. Go ahead.
The mirth of tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth.
Everything's done. Even these so-called clubs and bars, nobody's really having a good time. Okay, they can't even buy the drinks like they used to, buy. The drinks are too expensive, or they realize, okay, damn, I come here and then I'm worse off than when I came.
You spent your whole check.
Yep.
Your whole week that you just worked all them hours, putting in that hard work, the 40 hours, your whole check going out.
Or shit, you just living off unemployment.
Oh yes.
A lot of people are doing that, man. Living off unemployment, turn into a life of crime.
Yeah. People now they go out to they go out to turn up even harder to escape reality. Like you see in these new movies where people be hooking up to virtual reality to escape hell. That's basically what they're doing right now, but in real life. To escape hell, you're going to these bars and clubs because that's your only escape. Because when everything was locked down, you couldn't even do that. But now that it is back open, that's the little bit that you can do is go out amongst other bug outs and pretend to be, like the brother said, pretend to be happy in that brief little moment of time before you go back to your health.
Well, you still have that heightened sense of anxiety because there's variants going running around. So you can meet somebody that somebody that possibly can be like a friend, but you looking at this dude like, man, I don't know, this nigga can have the kufi.
He might have, he might have a variant.
He might have a variant, so I can't really. So you can't even have that genuine human interaction anymore, man. Hey man, this place is completely done. It's complete, and it's starting with the restaurant. That's something that we can visualize and see. But this is happening in all industries. This is happening across all the boards, man. The educational system, people are getting laid off. Schools being shut down.
Tuition's going up,
and then you see. On all accord, man, the Most High is about to have all these people mourning, man. All those who are merry-hearted inside, that were proud against Jake, they're proud against the Israelites, they were boasting themselves, that were taking advantage of us. Because that's the only reason why they were able to live that lavish lifestyle is because they were taking advantage of the Israelites.
That's right.
They weren't able to. You can't live that type of lifestyle if you didn't have slaves or there wasn't a class system. You on top and they're on the bottom. They're doing the dirt work, the grimy work. And then you benefiting off of that. But all that shit is stopping now.
God.
It
says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth.
Done.
The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
Yes, because wine and strong drink, the Most High, He made that for man, to be merry. You got the music, you got the drinks, you got the atmosphere. You're married. You see what I'm saying? But now people are drinking wine and alcohol, and they're getting more fucked up, man. It's not soothing their pain, because then they worry about like, damn, my rent, I'm still on more. I still got a moratorium. They about to close the moratorium off.
Are they about to shut down the unemployment?
They'll shut down the unemployment. Certain states are gonna shut down the unemployment.
They already did that.
And then, say I want to go get a job. What's Taco Bell, McDonald's?
Yep. It's low level.
You might as well not even work.
Yep.
You got to turn to a life
you got to turn to a life of crime. That's what we're seeing. We're actually seeing that. We're seeing people turn to a life of crime on some Gotham City type shit, man.
Yeah. The city of confusion is broken down.
Right, Babylon the Great. The city of confusion is broken down. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Every house is shut up that no man may come in.
And we've seen a little bit of that during this lockdown. Everything's closed. Okay. Nobody was out on the streets. The businesses were shut down. People were not only, there is a so-called open up, but there's a lot of people that are hesitant to actually go out and sit and go to a restaurant and sit down.
Yep.
What does that do to the restaurant business? You're done. You're finished. Okay. Because what? Number one, you have the catering, not the catering, but the waiters and stuff like that. They depend on that.
Yep.
They don't make no money unless they get tips. The business is destroyed right then and there, because you need people to serve you, and then you give them a tip. They live off the tip. So that whole industry is it's destroyed, man. And then you go, you got the Uber Eats and Grubhub. You buy the food, and the food comes, it doesn't taste as good. It's all, so people are like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay at home. I don't have to worry about getting sick. You know, I don't have to wear. I got to wear a mask between each bite, each drink. So people are mourning, man. They want those good old days, man. You not, hey, the nigga said, Klaus Schwab said, hey, this is the new normal. Yeah. Fauci, all these guys, all these talking heads, the elites pushed out in the forefront, they tell you, this is the new normal. You ain't going back to normal. You ain't going back to the regular, you know, the regular life of just being free, being able to travel freely, you know? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, you would see these other nations, they were drunk off, you know, the philosophies and indoctrinations of America, living this lavish lifestyle of sin, you know, party, enjoy, consume, do as thou wilt. Everything was good. Everything is good. Now everything is being shut down. Now your rights are being taken away from you. Now it's like, oh shit, this is not the way to live. This is pure hell. Yep. People are realizing that my life was fucking hell before the pandemic. Yep. It's just that I was able to go to the club, I was able to travel, you know, I was able to go to parties and drink. But now all those things are being taken away, and now they're coming to the realization that this is fucking hell, man.
Yep.
And now the nations are mad, they're angry. And that's why they're going to turn on this bit. They're going to turn on Babylon the Great, and they're going to burn this whole fire. Okay? That's what's coming. That's the end game. And we're hastening that day. We want that.
Okay.
This is not living. Okay, this is a hellhole. Yet we have understanding what it is, and we have hope to be delivered. These people, they have no hope. So what do you think they're going to do in these last days, which they're already doing?
That forever purge.
Yep.
There you go. He said it better than me.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed?
Yeah, none of this stimulus, none of these programs, nothing's going to save Babylon the Great. Okay, praying for Babylon. You got the Christian, you got certain sects of the Christians trying to pray for America. You know, Trump 2024. That's not going to save you. Nothing's going to save Babylon. Okay, you going to a digital currency. That's not going to save Babylon. You implementing the Karagma, that's not going to save Babylon, okay? And Esau, he's going to try to, you know, push it out like these things are going to be, you know, this is going to save you. Just like this whole jabbity jab.
Yeah. He said that would save it. That would bring everything back. As soon as everybody got it did, all the restaurants, everything's going to open back up.
What about stopping the curve? Or how did they say? Flatten the curve. What about that? These niggas is saying whatever, man. They saying whatever. They just reneging, going back on everything. Now they talking about booster shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta get a triple jab.
And then now they working on one for the Delta variant. So look, man, this nigga Esau's not gonna stop, man. He's full steam ahead with his agenda because it's the agenda of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Right.
And the Lord is done with this place. Okay. And all you Jakes that were playing around, you better stop playing around. Okay, because the Most High, he about to come swiftly. Okay, and these are like signals and signs to let you know, like, hey, the Lord, I'm not playing. You know, I can lock this place down in a day, and the Lord showed you that through the power of Esau that he gave Esau. This nigga Esau locked down the whole world. Okay, and that was Yahweh Shema Shai that did that. Okay, and that should put fear in your mind, in your heart.
Says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country.
It's gonna get that bad where a lot of these nations, they just gonna flee to their own country. You know, reverse immigration, which it was already going on. So it's gonna be a big migration out of Babylon. Well, they showed you that in the Forever Purge. They were trying to get out of America.
Yeah, that was the only way to escape the hell.
You know, they were trying to get out of America because America's gonna be the Most High. He about to. Oh man. Miserable are thy cities. This place is about to be made an example of. Yep. Just like ancient Egypt,
No, it showed you in there that like that sedition, like they had to escape because there was no stopping that sedition that happened within America. The government couldn't stop it. You know, they brought out the military and everything. It was just an all-out war, like a civil war within America. Other countries didn't even interfere. They just like closed off their borders. Like, no, y'all just gonna destroy yourself.
It says, forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
That's right. That's
And
right.
it showed you that in the movie too, even though it wasn't the missiles that hit America, you seen it like when they zoomed out and you seen like the global, America like in the globe, it was just smoke coming out.
It's on fire.
Yep.
Yep. What will I if it be already? I come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? When you seen that, you just seen just fires everywhere, you know. And then even in like the job, you know, in businesses, you say, oh, I got to put out these fires. It's not necessarily like an actual fire, but it's turmoil or some type of conflict or some type of problem that's going on. That okay, I got to put out the fire. I got to be a fireman, you know. That's basically what's brewing right now, man. You know, they talking about door to door now.
Yep.
And Esau just don't say shit just to say it. He'll push things out there, but he's nudging. He's going to put more order out of chaos, more hell. He's going to, kill these businesses more. He's going to poison the food more. He's going to cause more, false flags, until he gets you to fucking submit.
That's right.
And that's basically what he's doing, man. Well, a serpent can also, you have a poisonous serpent and then you have a constricting serpent also. All right, two ways that a serpent kills. Now, okay, a serpent with the poison, okay, boom, and you die from the hemotoxin or whatever. But then you have like a boa constrictor, which slowly squeezes the fucking life out of you. And this is basically what this man is doing. This is a tactic that he's doing. He's slowly squeezing the economy. Pressure from above, pressure from beneath, okay, on all sides. But that's the Lord. The Lord's doing that, okay? Because you people here in Babylon, you thought it was good. You thought you were going to ride off into the sunset. You got your little business open. Well, he doesn't come over and open all types of businesses.
Yep.
Jay can't do that. What Jay can open all types of businesses?
Well, that dude that was on the clip, he's a heathen.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Then the clips in Portland, those are two
Yep. That was Aaron.
You don't see Jay.
Yep. Yeah, these heathens gonna get played, and that's the reason why what you just read in Jeremiah 51 that they're gonna go and they're gonna flee to their own country.
Yep.
Because it's not gonna be they're not gonna be able to make money off of Babylon no more, and that's why they're gonna be upset when this place gets destroyed. Not that I love the American people so much, and nah, man, it's because they're not gonna make no fucking money.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Ecclesiastes 12:1. It's remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
Yeah, and this goes out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out there, man. Now it's high time to wake out of sleep, like the scriptures say. If you ain't got down with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity yet, you got to do it right now, man. Okay, you see what's going on. You see the moves that this nigga's making. You see what state the economy is in, man. So what's going to happen when you ain't got no money in your pocket, when these stores are closed down and the only place that's saying that's going to give you food is Esau Edom. But for you to get that food, for you to get provisions and security, you gotta take the Harama. What you gonna do, man? The only way out is seeking Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai right now, man. That's why I said, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth. Keep going.
While the evil days come not.
What's the evil days? The day of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Which we pretty much in the beginning stages of that right now, man. Things just ain't heated up yet.
The beginning of sorrows.
Keep going.
Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Keep going.
While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened.
Which the sun, the light, the moon, and the stars represents the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Because this truth is available to you right now. You can get it freely, man. You can go out on the streets where the teachers are set up, and you can receive this word, man. You can watch the videos on the internet. Okay, but it's gonna come to a point where both of those things are gonna get shut down, man, because you're gonna have the famine of the word coming in, which is another prophecy that's coming. So you people gonna be done, man. If you don't get it right now, you're gonna be finished. Okay, because literally the only thing that's gonna be able to save you is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
You want to get fed, you got to be on the good side of the Heavenly Father. But how you get on his good side if you don't know the difference between good and evil, man? You don't know the difference between what pleases the Most High and what doesn't please him. And your sense of what the Most High likes is based upon what the world says. But the Most High said that which is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in my sight, man. So you gonna try to do things according to this world, that's good, But the Most High don't care about that, man. Okay? You got to do the things that he told you to do.
Well, it's
and not do the things that he told you not to do.
Like it.
You got it?
Well, we about to come into that high level of time of temptation, where all these scriptures that we've been heaping them to ourselves, trying to, really, put down into our mind. We're gonna have to use those scripts. We're gonna have to actually use those precepts. Because it's not gonna be, you might not be where a Bible. You might not be able to sit down and read your Bible, or go on the internet and watch lessons and study. It's just gonna be you and the tempter, man.
That's right.
And what you gonna do? You and your faith. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have that personal relationship, the Most High is not gonna guide you, because the Most High gonna guide the elect. He gonna have those angels that hedge around the elect. And if you don't have that, you're gonna make all the wrong decisions. Which is gonna lead to your destruction.
That's right.
While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain.
Keep going.
And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Yeah, who's the keepers of the house? These different, banksters, the people that have control over the economy, man. Okay? When they tremble, why they gonna tremble? Because the economic collapse is happening. Okay? Keep going.
And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease.
And that's happening right now. The grinding is ceasing. Like the brother said, you got people turning to a life of crime, man, because ain't no jobs out here.
Yeah.
Okay? Being stick-up kids, a dispensary out there in San Francisco got robbed, yesterday, man. Dudes went up in there with the heat. They beat the security guard up, and they robbed the dispensary, man. That's what's going on in America. Okay, people are turning to a life of crime, man, because it's hell out here. All right, keep going.
And the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Yeah, your future is looking bleak, like those people you see on the news, man. He in his mind, man, he don't know how the hell he's getting out of debt. Yeah. He sees what's going on, business. He said it himself. You got the variance, So even with the whole opening up, it ain't the same, because the variance is out there, and these people still got anxiety, man.
Well, you got a labor shortage.
Yep.
So he can't even get enough people to come in and work for him, because they're scared of the variance, or they're getting paid more money just staying at home, man.
Yep.
So it's like on all sides, like how you want it. It's literally how it's like Burger King. You can have it your way.
Yep.
The way that this hell is coming, the Most High, he got everything. He got everything covered. So it don't matter. Say there's more people coming in, well, you can't host those people because you have a labor shortage. And then that's putting, as a restaurant owner, that's putting more hell upon you. Now you got to pick up the tab. You got to do the dirty work.
You got to spend more time at the job. You ain't gonna have no time for yourself.
Stress.
Yep.
Stress is a killer. Then you're gonna actually catch the variant.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be under high levels of stress, and your immune system is gonna be compromised.
Hey, man. Keep going.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets.
And that's happening now. Well, where we teach at, the door is shut.
Yeah.
It used to be the Gap, but it's no longer the Gap, because the Gap is gone. Okay? The doors are shut in the street. These businesses are closing, man. And more businesses are going to close, just like we've seen on the news clip, man. They said 60% of all businesses in San Francisco are in astronomical amounts of debt, man. The debt has doubled since last year, and that was all Esau Edom's plan. The more you in debt, the more you're going to depend on his ass. Keep going.
When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
That's right, and that's the time that we're in right now, man. So now's the time to get down with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai if you haven't yet, because things are only going to get worse, man. This thing ain't going to bounce back. Okay? We ain't going back to pre-pandemic times, man. Things ain't going to go back to how it was in 2018, 2017, 2010, 2005. Them times are over, man. The only thing that you can look forward to is more hell, more oppression, man, more persecution.
The V-shaped recovery was a myth. They just told you to make you feel better about the economy collapsing. It's really a K-shape.
That's right.
Because the middle class is being wiped out, and then the rich are becoming richer.
Yep. And we literally went up into the gaps.
Yep.
And the gaps is closed now.
It's done. But I got this. We can close out on this. This is Revelation 18:1. It says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird."
Yep. And that's basically after this place is hit with the missiles, you know, because everybody's going to be able to see that the destruction of America from a distance. You know, it's not going to be like an unknown thing. It's going to be well known and understood that America is fallen, because this is like the scriptures the brother brought out earlier. America was at one point in time that golden cup that all the nations came through to make their money, you know. And now you see all the nations slowly turning against America, like the scriptures say in the prophecies, and they're getting ready to destroy this place.
That's right. "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies."
Yep. And all these nations, that's how they make their money, because America is a consuming society. Everything that you buy, majority of it is not even made of America. And that's America is mainly importing things, you know, buying stuff and not producing no more. The jobs, they going outside because it's cheaper with the labor. So America is done. Like, that was a breadwinner for all these other nations. They made their money, and basically they used America for what they needed.
Yep.
And now they done with it.
Yeah, they built their military up. They built their economy up. You know, that's really what they did. Really, that military. Like, China became a superpower because of America, and really because of Jake, the Israelites. That's really what it comes down to, is the Jake and consumers. You know, Central, South, and North America. And now these nations are done. Really, the Most High is done with America. America had its place in prophecy, right? And now we're in a time where it's going to be destroyed.
That's right.
And it's going to be a memorial how not to live. What are they pushing? They pushing this transhumanism, LGBTQ, free love, just complete wickedness, you know. And when they push that Quran, man, we can't wait too. We're gonna be all on those videos if we're still even allowed to even do videos, you know. So, but we've been in the scriptures. So when that time comes, we ain't gonna be, oh, what could it be? It could I don't know. It can't be that. No, we gonna know exactly what it is. We gonna know it's game time. Well, it's game time now, but it's gonna get real serious. We're gonna be at the last couple seconds of the last quarter. Okay, you know.
"And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
And the way we're going to come out of America is the chariots. You know, Esau be having those movies here and there where he'd be having, before America get destroyed, they get delivered. A few select people get delivered. And who is that few people is talking about or showing in those movies? It's not Esau like he like to depict it. He ain't about to get saved or delivered from the coming destruction or you heathens. It's going to be Jake. Like it goes into in Wisdom of Solomon in the 5th chapter, you know. That's when they're going to bug out and be like, damn, these was the people the whole time that was chosen. You know, all these little chariot clips that Esau be putting on, that now he's coming out about, you're going to realize this is what they were here for right before this place is destroyed.
"For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities."
Yeah, America is like committed all type of wickedness, you know, and it's only going to get worse before this place gets destroyed. That's why it's going to receive the type of judgment it's going to receive, and it's going to be a memorial.
That's right.
You know, like the scripture is saying that the brother's reading.
"Reward her even as she had rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cups which she hath filled to her double. How much hath she glorified herself and lived deliciously? So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow."
And that's how these Americans always carried themselves. Before we was in this point in time where we're at now in America, you know, years back, all right, people was never thought this time would come, you know, where America would be in this type of state that it's in now.
Hey, but even now, these people got hope, thinking that it's going to bounce back. You know, so all we got to do is get over these new variants, man. We just got to get over this hurdle, you know. Then once that happens, we're gonna go back to how it used to be, man. There's still light and hope at the end of the tunnel, but There ain't no hope, man.
Yeah, the Most High about to take all the hope from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, literally, you think about hope. There's going to be no ounce of hope in your future. Well, you read it in Ecclesiastes the 12th chapter. How when they look out of those windows, it's going to be darkened.
Yep.
You're going to see no. It's going to literally be no hope.
When they lose it all, they lose it.
Yep. That's when everybody gonna turn to a life of crime. These cities are gonna become engulfed in complete chaos, man. Just like the federal purge. That's what happened, man.
That's the only way. The only way for you to survive was just to be a complete dirtbag. You know, to be just killing and raping and robbing. You know, taking.
It's literally at a point to where it's not even, the system isn't even fair. Like it never been fair from the jump, you know, in the first place. But now it's getting to a point to where it's literally no chance for you to get up.
Yeah, it's more evident.
Yep.
So now these people gonna lose it, man, because they can actually see that it's all fucked up.
Yep.
This whole thing has been a facade from the gate, man. You know, everything is gonna be revealed. The way that the currency works, that's gonna be revealed. These people gonna lose their minds, man.
Yep. Once that like crazy inflation hit, and then they realize that like people that's just sitting on cash, they think that they're gonna be good. Then you realize that like those millions or billions, whatever you got, that's only worth $100 or $10 now.
And you worked your whole life to get that, man. To get up to that level, man. It's for nothing. It's all for naught.
And you're gonna see that the rich are gonna keep getting richer.
And that's gonna be pissing people off to a point to where they're gonna start trying to attack the rich and the elites and turn against their own governments, because they're gonna realize, like the elder brother was saying, that they're not even for them. Like the government isn't for the people. Like they were that you were taught to believe in America. You know, that the politicians and everything else is set up to help you out, when that's not the case.
Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai power, who judgeth her.
And all those things are coming to America. You know, before that you get burned with that fire, you gonna be going through that. You know, death is already increasing. You got that already, like robbery, theft, and it's gonna be a lot more of that increasing as the time goes on. You know, as we get closer to the end, because like the brother said, people are turning to a life of crime. If you robbing it and everything else, you willing to kill at that point. You got to, because if you don't kill, you're gonna get killed. And these people, they don't have any other hope, you know. And then while America is literally breaking down, like we were saying, like I said earlier in the Forever Purge, that's basically what it showed you. You know, that the American society broke down as a whole. The purge wasn't working no more like they once thought it would, to help people be okay with the way the system was set up. And people were still tired of the system. And it just broke down. And everybody's tired of the system that's established right now. And it's slowly breaking down, and it's getting to a point to where it's just going to be sedition among men. And then famine going to come. No more food trucks bringing in food. And then the missiles is going to end it all off.
Yeah, the missiles, they have to. It's going to be so bad, the missiles just going to have to end it all. That's real. That's mercy, really. Just to end it all off, man. To put you out of your misery.
The Great Reset.
That's right. Yep. God. Yeah, any last scriptures? Closing words? God, yeah, so with that, we hope this lesson was edifying. We want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.